Susan Walsh, a journalist and a mother, vanished on July 16, 1996, leaving behind a mystery filled with chilling rumors, ties to a secretive subculture, and unanswered questions. That morning, Susan left her Nutley apartment, leaving her 10-year-old son in the care of her ex-husband. She never returned. But Susan wasn't just any ordinary mother. She was working on an explosive story exposing the links between the Russian mafia and the strip club industry. She was an exotic dancer, but there was another layer to Susan's life, one that took her into even darker corners of the city. She was investigating a subculture of people who claimed to drink human blood, and Susan's life became intertwined with this so-called vampire world. It had been reported that Susan dated a man who claimed to be a vampire. This connection thrust her deep into a dangerous world, and it wasn't long before the media speculated, did Susan uncover something that got her killed? Or was her connections to this vampire culture the key to her disappearance? Recently, her brother Arthur Merchant won a lawsuit to obtain the Nutley Police Department's investigation records, shedding new light on this 25-year-old case. For years, the police refused to release the files, citing an open investigation, but a New Jersey judge ruled that the investigation was effectively inactive. At the time of her disappearance, Susan's family was left with more questions than answers. Her father died in 2013, not knowing what happened to his daughter. But now, with the release of these case files, her family hopes to uncover what police did or didn't do to solve her case. Nutley police argued that releasing these files could compromise the investigation, but the judge disagreed, saying after 25 years, the public deserves to know what happened to Susan. Susan Walsh was last seen outside her apartment building, vanishing into thin air. Her final days were spent exploring some of the city's darkest corners, looking into not only the mafia, but also a group that allegedly stole blood from hospital banks. Did Susan uncover a secret too dangerous to reveal? Or was her connection to a man who claimed to be a vampire the reason for her disappearance? It's important to remember that Susan Walsh was a talented journalist. She wasn't just covering mundane stories. Her work took her into dangerous and uncharted territories. In the years leading up to her disappearance, she exposed the exploitation of women in the strip club industry and helped uncover the dark ties between the Russian mafia and New York's adult entertainment world. Her articles were published in The Village Voice, a highly respected newspaper, showing her sharp eye for investigative journalism. Susan was also a loving mother and an aspiring author, balancing her work with raising her son. She had a rare ability to blend into the world she was investigating, earning the trust of her sources and uncovering the gritty reality beneath the surface. One online commenter had this to say about Susan Walsh's case. I was told a very interesting story by the brother of her ex-husband, Mark. The commenter claimed that Mark and Susan had been separated but still lived in the same building. Tensions were high, especially regarding Susan's frequent use of Mark's phone. According to this source, an argument escalated in the basement, resulting in a tragic accident that Mark allegedly covered up. The commenter goes on to say that despite reporting the story to the Nutley police, there was little follow-up. Now, more than 2 decades later, these theories remain just that, speculation. The truth behind Susan Walsh's disappearance is still unknown, but the rumors, accusations, and questions remain. Susan Walsh was last seen walking down the street from her apartment to use a payphone. According to a witness, an employee at a local pizza place, they saw her walking back towards her apartment, but from that moment on, Susan was never seen again. To this day, no significant updates have been made in her case. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe to spread awareness, and share this video to keep Susan's story alive.